Hey everybody, and welcome to the 360 Player YouTube channel. 360 Player is the all-in-one platform for sports teams, clubs, and organizations. And in this video, we're going to talk about 5 ways that are great for coaches to engage with their players. With that being said, let's jump right into it. The first great way that coaches can engage their players are by having goal setting as a part of their team and development process. When players set goals for themselves, they're much more likely to know what they need to work on to improve and develop as players. And setting goals towards the beginning of a season can be really great and can lead to a lot of great development discussions between players and coaches can then follow up and check in with players who can reflect, are they making progress towards their personal goals, towards their team goals, towards their development goals. All of these sorts of things can be great and just keep everybody on the same page and having everybody progress together. And of course, inside 360 Player, we have tools on players' profiles where they can record their goals digitally, which makes it really easy to access whenever they need to. The second great way for coaches to engage players is to make training sessions fun and engaging. When players are having a good time, they're gonna be a lot more focused on what's going on. Now, of course, you have to have time to work on fundamentals, and not every single drill is gonna be a fun game that everybody loves 100% of the time. That's not what I'm saying, but at the same time, the more elements of fun, competitiveness, all of these types of things that you can incorporate in your training sessions, keeping people moving, keeping people active, that's gonna keep your players much more engaged. So think about that when you're designing your training sessions, when you're looking for drills and exercises online or whatever resources you use to get your drills and exercises. Maybe you're designing them on your own. And of course, in 360 Player, we have training libraries built in as well, so you can save all of your favorite content in one place, or even create your own drills and save them digitally inside the platform. The third great way that coaches can engage players is with positive reinforcement. Now, we've talked about the 5-to-1 rule in previous videos, which basically says that for every 1 criticism or feedback that coaches give to a player, it's good to have 5 positive things to keep that player's self-esteem, confidence, positive energy with everybody very high. And positive reinforcement is a great way to keep players at that level. When you see them doing something well, telling them that they're doing something well, that's just gonna lift their spirits so much and help to keep them engaged and having fun. There's a lot of different ways to give positive reinforcement. It could be verbally, if you see something in a training or in a match and you tell the player that they're doing it well, or you could also do it digitally. Say, for example, you recorded the match and you've uploaded it into the 360 Player platform. Inside of the video analytics and performance analysis tools in there, you could then go in and create clips and highlights and then tag the players digitally so that they get a notification. So let's say a player did something really good in a match. You could go in, create a clip, tag that player, and then write a comment digitally. Then the player will get a notification on their device and they'll see exactly what you wrote. This can be a great way to reinforce that positivity of a player that made a good pass, had a good shot on goal, whatever it is, but those little positive comments can go a long way in helping players stay engaged. The fourth one we're gonna go over in this video is sharing resources with players. Now, as coaches, we have a lot of resources that we read, that we watch, that we listen to, that help us improve as coaches. And if you're a great coach, you love the game. And sharing those resources with your players can be huge. Maybe you come across a video of a certain tactical aspect that you wanna apply with your team as a coach, or maybe you find that this professional team's midfielders are doing something very unique, for example, that you liked. Well, if you have those videos for yourself, you can actually share those resources with your players as well. Oftentimes when I was coaching, I wanted my midfielders to perform in a certain way, for example, so I took some tactical breakdowns from YouTube videos and sent them those videos so that they could watch that and so that they could understand what I wanted as a coach for them to do on the field, and they just got the concepts much more quickly when they could see it in video. And 360 Player makes it really easy to share resources. You can post videos on the team wall for everybody on the team to see. You can send videos or links or resources directly to players with the chat functionality in 360 Player. So having those open lines of communication and being able to share resources is just gonna keep everybody so much more engaged within the team. And the fifth and final way that we're gonna talk about in this video that coaches can engage players is by sharing statistics. Most people that are playing a sport, they're a little bit competitive by nature, right? Of course, Some people are playing just for fun, but it's also fun to track stats and try to improve in that sport. Inside of 360 Player, there is a ton of statistics tools. So depending on how deep and how detailed you want to go as a coach, you could track passes, you could track shots, you can track minutes played for every player, you can track goals and assists, of course, everything you can track. And it really depends. A lot of users of the platform, they're just gonna track the main things, goals, assists, and shots. But if you wanna go even more in depth, that can be a great way to engage your players. You can also generate things like attendance reports to see how often players are coming to training sessions. It's really easy to take attendance in the platform. It'll also track players' physical strain, so players know if they've done too many activities in a row that they're more likely to get injured. Having all of these statistical data points presented to players, it's going to give them a deeper understanding of what's going on, and it's going to help keep them more engaged within the team as well. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you found these 5 tips helpful. If you did, please press that like button. That helps us out a lot, and consider subscribing if you like this type of content. As always, we've got the links down below in the description for more information about the 360 Player platform. And with that being said, guys, we'll see you in another video.